Hi guys, my name is Dakota. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I filmed a video for you to how to achieve the perfect brow. Now, funny story is I actually shaved off my eyebrow when I was in about 4th or 5th grade. Yeah, shaved it off, completely off. It was gone. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was actually thinking that I did not know about tweezers yet. So I literally took a shaver and I started in the middle of my brow and I was trying to get rid of the little hairs in between my brow, and when I shaved it, took off the front of my brow. All of it, it was gone. I was so nervous because at that time in my life, my mom would not let me touch a razor. She would not let me shave. She was against it completely. And I just shaved off my eyebrows. My mom was at work. I was freaking out. I was like, God, she's gonna kill me when I come home. So what the smartest thing to do, I guess, at the time was I shaved off both of my eyebrows. Shaved them off completely. And I called my mom crying and I lied to her and I said, the new lotion that was left in your bathroom, when I used it, it took off my eyebrows. So I blamed it on the lotion. My mom thought I was so stupid, but she believed me because I was crying. I was devastated. My eyebrows were gone. It was probably the most embarrassing part of my life. No, I've had a lot of embarrassing moments, but that's one for the books, honestly. Everyone in my school remembers that I shaved my eyebrows, and at the time I did not know how to do brows. I was in 4th or 5th grade. I obviously didn't know how to do much. So my mom literally took an eyebrow pencil that she found in her makeup drawer and she drew eyebrows on. But mind you, my mom cannot draw. She can't draw. It was horrible. I had straight lines for brows for the longest time. I can't even tell you how long, and it honestly made me appreciate the brows that I have. Well, the little brows that I have. Lesson learned, and don't ever shave your brows. It was horrible. If you want to learn how to achieve the perfect brow, just definitely keep on watching this video, and I have a few tricks for you guys. First product that we're going to be using is going to be the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and I'm going to be using the shade Dark Brown. Brush that we're going to be using is going to be the Anastasia Eyebrow Brush and the number 14. Now the reason why I like this brush is because it does have the spoolie at the end. That way you're able to brush your eyebrow hairs in the direction that you need them to go in. Now that your eyebrow hairs are in the direction that you want them to go in, you're then going to go ahead and dip your brush into the pomade. Now, the trick that I like to use is start the product in the middle of my eyebrow and then work it on the way out. Now, I don't want to go ahead and mess with the front yet because we're going to be applying the lightest pressure in the front. So I'll start in the middle and then move my way out. Now once we have that line in the middle going out to make the very end of your brow, I'm then going to go ahead and start on the front of my brow as well. So I'll move the line in. I'll start little strokes first. You don't want to go in the front and make that dramatic line because then it's going to be really hard for you to blend that out if it's going to be too harsh. So little strokes, and then I'll make my line in the front. Now with the leftover product, I'll go ahead and just push up the product along with my brow hairs. And we'll do the same thing with the middle of our brow as well. We'll kind of just go ahead and move that product around. Now there's still some product on your brush. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna make this top line up here. Little strokes is what you really want to do. You don't want to do anything dramatic. And the way you hold your brush as well is key. You don't want to be holding your brush all the way at the top, because here it's going to go ahead and you're going to have less control of where you're putting the product. If you have your hand on the bottom of the brush where your hand is more loose and it's more comfortable for you. That way it's easier for you to move the product around and you're not applying so much pressure on your brow. Now, if you mess up on any part of your brow, just remember at the end, we're going to be cleaning it all up with concealer. So you don't really have to worry about if you mess up or if it's not what you want it to be right now, because we're going to be cleaning this up. Now, I've kind of ran out of the product that's left on my brush. So what we're going to do is we're going to just dip our brush back in and grab a little bit more of the product. That way I can finish the end of my brow and then we can work on the front of the brow as well. Now the top of the brow is what I really want to focus on. We're going to move the product up a little bit at a time to give it that roundness at the top. Then we're going to bring the product down and make sure we fill in any spots that we see that doesn't have that product. Because you definitely don't want those spots where there's no product in your brow. Now at the front of your brow, you're now going to be moving your brush downwards to make those hair-like strokes in the front of your brow. Now this is going to be not as much product on your brush. That way it's very light in the front and it's not so harsh. So I like to go ahead and do about 6 to 7 lines in the front, and I'll do them pretty close together. So I'll usually start right here where there's not a lot of hair that I have in the front. And we're just gonna go ahead and make 7 lines all the way to the end of where we want to go ahead and start our brow. Now here we've made our hair-like strokes in the front of our brow. Now we're going to take our spoolie and we're just going to go ahead and blend it all together and get rid of any product that we don't need on our brow that's kind of just hanging out there. Next, we're going to be using the MORPHE Brow Kit. It's going to be the Brow 8 palette. Now in this brow kit, it's going to have 6 shades and also 2 concealers. Now the shade that I use the most is going to be this darker shade. I use this to fill in my brows with any missing spots that I didn't get with my pomade. Now the other shades I do end up using when I do other people's makeup, just because you do not know the shade that their brow is, and everyone has a different color to their brows. So the palette gives you a lot of different range of color. That way you're able to complete that eyebrow look. Now the 2 concealers are great. I don't really dip into the top concealer. It's a little too bright for my preference. But the darker concealer I use on a daily basis to complete my perfect brow look. Now we're gonna dip our brush into the darker shade. Now, mind you, this palette is really pigmented. So you wanna make sure you don't go too crazy with how much you're dipping your brush into this palette, because a little goes a long way. Now, at the end of my brow, if you haven't noticed, there is a scar here. You can't really see it because we've covered it with the product. What I like to do is to make sure that this does not show, I'll go ahead and brush my eyebrow hair forward, and then I'll take the powder that we took off of the palette, and I'll kind of go ahead and just go over that spot. That way we make sure that scar really does not show. And then I'll go ahead and just clean up any other spot that I see that is missing brow product. We're gonna go ahead and go in with the BH Cosmetics brush. Now this brush is so old and I've had it for such a long time. The labeling on the brush has actually been wiped off. Now looking at the brush, I believe the number is 106. Now picking up our Morphe brow kit, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the bottom concealer. And this is what we're going to use to clean up our brow. Now the same thing that we did with our eyebrow, I'm going to go ahead and start my concealer in the middle and work it on the way out. Now with all this product that we have in the front, I'll go ahead and move it forward. Now then, after we went ahead and made our line and cleaned up the bottom of our brow, we're going to go ahead and just blend out that product. That way it's not too harsh of a concealer line. Sometimes what I'll do is if I have too much product right here on my arch, I'll go ahead and just take my finger and dab it and clean up the product. And then next, the front of our brow, I don't want it to have a box brow. So what that means is that it's like that square-like shape that's in the front and it's really harsh square. What I like to do is the product that I have here that I haven't blended yet, I'll kind of just go ahead and round it out at the bottom. That way it's not too harsh. Now dipping back into our brow kit, I'm going to go ahead and just dab a little bit more of the concealer and we're going to clean up the top of the brow. We get close to the bottom. Now I've noticed with this product, when we get a little bit close with the concealer, it's gonna then bring down the product a little bit more. So that way it can make that little sharp, precise point that you want at the end of your brow. And then what we're gonna do is once we have the shape desired, we're gonna go ahead and just blend out the rest of the product. Now on the front, I don't really like to clean up the very front of my brow. I kind of like to just leave those lines there. That way it looks more like a natural brow on the front. But what I'll go ahead and do is I'll take the product anyways and I'll kind of just go ahead and blend it in the front. Next product we're going to go ahead and use is going to be the E.L.F. Eyebrow and Eyelash Clear Mascara. Now with the spoolie, there's going to be this leftover product that's at the end. We're going to go ahead and dab it into our brow here. Now the reason why I like this product is because when we use it, it makes all of our eyebrow hairs go in the direction that we need them to go into, and it also keeps them in place throughout the whole day. Now I've been using this product for years. I don't use it on my eyelashes, but I've been using it for years on my brows. And the product's really great to use as well because it's affordable. It's only $2 when you go to the drugstore. Now after you're done applying the clear brow gel, the final touch to complete the eyebrow look is going to be adding some highlight to the arch of your brow. The shade that we're going to be using to highlight our eyebrow bone is going to be Forever Lit, which is in this bottom corner right here. The brush we're going to be using is the BH Cosmetics number 105. Now you're going to go ahead and swirl your brush around in the product. Once it's on the brush, I'm going to lightly go ahead and put the product on the arch of my brow right here.
Oh, that's so intense. I love it.
And there you go. The eyebrow look is finally complete. I hope you guys enjoyed my first YouTube video. Thank you guys for watching. Now, if you missed any products, I will definitely go ahead and list them in the description box down below. So definitely make sure that you check that out. Also, the eyeshadow that I am wearing in this video, I use the Violet Voss Ride or Die palette. If you guys would like me to film this video for you, definitely leave that in the comments down below, and also any video suggestions that you have for me. I will be making more videos, so definitely go ahead and subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And I think that's all I have to say. So bye guys.